Welcome to Will Podcast for Laughs. On this episode, Taylor talks about how he spent his birthday, Fee talks about her new broadcast journalism job, and we talk about getting our nose in the door. It's all today on Will Podcast for Laughs.
Hello and welcome to Will Podcast for Laughs with
V?
Ian.
And Taylor, guys, this is episode 36. We caught up on this by now.
Wait for it. V.
I was drinking water. Sorry, I was drinking water. Stay hydrated. That's the message.
Yes.
It is. That's important. That's the point of all of this.
It's just another manic Monday. I want to sing that every Monday.
Well,
That's the problem.
If it wasn't the fact that song, we would have to pay royalties for.
I know.
We could open up every episode
know,
with
I know.
the fact that it's just another manic Monday. Oh. Yeah.
So what's been going on, guys? What's been going on in your life since we've last spoke with the listeners? I love how we always look at Ian. And
Started class. I don't know.
How are your classes going?
Enjoying them? They're going okay. Yeah.
They're all online though,
They're
right?
all online, so
okay.
it's pretty laid back.
I've realized I'm not a great online student. I'm a phenomenal in-person student,
Yeah.
but I don't check my email every day. And so I go in there and he'll send us emails and go, when you see this, reply. And I'm like, oh no.
I get like 100 emails a day and I check it because I set everything to send me email alerts because that's the only way I'll remember things.
Yeah.
And so I'm like a professional procrastinator. I'm good at doing things at the last minute, so online works for me because I'm like, oh, I got something due in an hour, and then I'm like, it's done.
Yeah, I'm really bad at
At school, it's like
remembering.
it's more of like I got to be up tomorrow at 9 a.m. to go to school, and I'm like,
Having a heart attack.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm better in the evening. If I can take school in the evening, it works out better for me. So.
What's new with you, Taylor?
Well, I mean.
Taylor's birthday happened, guys.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Missed it.
Happy birthday!
We missed it. And you all know, if you know me, that I am a birthday monster, and I'm so upset that I forgot.
That's
but
fine,
don't you?
don't
Nope. It will happen.
Well, if there's any consolidation, my birthday I spent working.
Aw.
No, that makes me feel worse.
Yeah.
And then the next day, was pretty nice, which would have been yesterday. Just chill out pretty much the whole day. I ended up watching this movie called Early Man from Aardman. It's kind of Aardman's worst outing because they did like Chicken Run, they did Shaun the Sheep, Wallace and Gromit, bunch of great stop motion animated things. And then Early Man was just sad. But for the first time in 18 months of a relationship, I went bowling with my wife.
I saw your post on that. You've never been bowling? Or you've never been bowling with her?
Well, no, I've been bowling before, but I've never been bowling with her.
How was it?
It was pretty great for my first, because we paid for 2 games.
Okay.
And my first game, my best score I've ever had is 143. I got to 139. I got that dang close.
That is pretty good.
And I
my
haven't
best score is like 72.
And I haven't bowled in at least 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Did you with the bumpers, though?
My average is
No.
like 90 without bumpers. It's about 90 to 100.
My average is 72 with bumpers.
Mine's without bumpers.
I just throw it down there.
Well, see,
Hope
my
so.
problem is I'm always like a strike or a no strike person. Like either I get them all,
Yeah.
or I go straight to the gutter. It's one
Which
of the
then
two.
you're like trying to do the exact same thing. The next time you go up, you're like, oh, I'm gonna
I
hit
know, and
strike.
then it just
Oh, we got a
flies.
perfect score, and then it's like gutter.
You ever like really like rolled it or like and it bounces and it lands in
Yes.
someone else's lane?
Yep.
I got a strike in someone else's lane once. I swear
I'll
to
take
God,
that,
it
please.
bounced. It went doom, knocked them all over. I was
Yeah.
like,
Well, you see those things in like the America's Funniest Home Videos where the person goes to bowl and the ball goes backwards instead of forward.
Is that you?
No,
Oh.
my beautiful wife last night, she goes to bowl and she swings backwards. You hear?
Oh no! She rolled it backwards.
Well, she didn't roll it back. It just fell off
It
her
fell off her
hand
head.
and it started rolling.
Oh.
And it went into the people's neck, and I was just like, oh, fuck, job. Like, I'm
It
so
rolled.
glad. I'm so glad we're not filming this right now because I did record a frame for her.
That's funny.
The good thing is, she did get a strike.
Oh, good.
She did get a strike eventually.
It's hard. You think
It
bowling is easy. Like, you hear about professional bowlers and you're like, really? That's what you're going to do with your life? But when you actually try to, like, set out a goal and try and even hit maybe 5 strikes, it's freaking hard.
yeah, there's challenge to it.
Yeah. I love when you see the serious bowlers, though. They come with their little rolly suitcase.
They get real-
and they've
real
got their
high.
little polisher for the ball.
Well, that's what we had. So the people that were next to us, next lane over, Oh yeah, they came with this old. It almost looks like a golf bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
They brought it up. They had rags for their bowling balls.
Yeah.
Their
Oh,
bowling.
yeah.
I will say their bowling balls are really cool. They were like
Yeah, they usually
splashes
have
of
really cool
neon
ones.
Oh
colors.
yeah, of course. And they always have like some sort of like their name on there, like graffiti. Like they're dedicated, and they're like, oh, this is not a 10, it's a 10.25.
Yeah.
And the holes have been crafted to mold my fingers. And you're like, okay, relax. But yeah, they're my favorite because they're so serious, and their shoes.
Yeah.
They've got the cool shoes. They're just really good. Like they spin it. I've always wanted to spin it, but when I spin it, it happens what you're saying.
Yeah.
It goes into the next one. So I can't spin it.
I get that the bowling alley people think I'm gonna slip, but why can't I wear my own shoes? Besides that, is that the only reason that they think I'm gonna slip?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a liability.
It's
You
a
can't-
liability.
That's
you
a
can't
great.
slip.
Right.
What if I sign a waiver saying I won't sue them? I just don't like wearing their shoes. Those lame clown shoes.
Yeah, well, you could bring your own bowling shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. You should be able to just say, I won't sue you. But then what if you did? What if you're a liar,
They
Ian?
make you sign something.
Yeah, well.
All
But
right.
then you're screwed if you get hit in the face with a bowling ball or something.
So, two things.
Yeah.
Thing number one was the people next to us. I know they were professional because it was a couple, and the
Did they
guy,
have the button-up shirts with the names on them?
No.
Ah.
But the guy bowled with his hand.
Yes.
Not the 3 holes. No. In his
Cupped it?
hand. And then blah! And it would spin. And it was like, oh, okay, you're a professional. And then I searched on the great Google, why do you wear bowling shoes? The heels of bowling shoes are usually made of rubber to make it easy to break your slide as soon as you release the ball. People who bowl often might even have their own custom bowling shoes that have rubber soles on their non-sliding foot and a slippery sole on their sliding foot.
Ooh.
So one slippery shoe and one not slippery shoe.
Ooh,
So you can be
Ian.
extra fancy.
Yeah. I feel like every time I've worn the bowling shoes is when it's like worse for me. Like I almost fall when I'm wearing those. Because once you cross that line, you know that line where it's like,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
over.
that's the foul line. You don't cross that. You have so much room to not cross the foul line.
Taylor, you've never been bowling with me. It's so entertaining. I'm the
Cool.
person that runs up
We'll
behind
podcast
someone.
for last. Live episode from a bowling alley.
I run up behind someone and I go,
Bowling alley.
ah! And I scare them right before they bowl. It's so funny because they're always like, ah!
I dare you to do
Oh
this
yeah,
as a
we
professional
are
person.
we are so bringing a camera to a bowling alley. The 3 of us right here. Right?
Okay, fun fact about bowling. I actually tried out for the bowling league at my high school because I thought I was that good back then. I was like, I always hit 100. I'm gonna try out. So you go to, how do you try out for bowling? Oh, let me tell you. You show up and they go, okay, you're gonna bowl 3 games in a row, which you're like, okay, but your arm's like, what? And so then you bowl the 3 games and they take your average. So my first game was like 101 and I was like, I'm in there. My second game was like 55. And then my third game was like 50. So they're like, I'm sorry.
Your average was like 70 or something.
But unfortunately, you have to make an average of at least over 150. And I was like, 150!
Yeah.
It's the only thing I got
Is it
cut
perfect
from in my whole
200?
life.
Or is perfect 300?
300 is perfect.
300, yeah.
So you need an
My-
average.
My mom is
150.
pretty good. She bowls like 210s and stuff like
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Really?
Yeah, she's
difficult.
quite good.
Yeah,
I-
it was
I'm
not
not-
my
I'm not.
calling to be a bowler.
Yeah.
Although I felt like it was. I was just more upset because I was like, I remember I left, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, you're not going to believe it. I got cut from the bowling team. She started laughing at me. She was like, how do you get cut from bowling? The 2 things I've been cut from in my life. I've made every sports team.
It was
Bowling and handbells. How do you get cut from handbells? You don't even try out. We literally put our name on a list, and the teacher came in and posted the list of handbells, and I wasn't on there.
Is it the ones where you like
You go,
ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, in church.
I was part of it. Then I was part of a handbell group when I was in
Did you
church.
try out?
No.
See? What is this? It was like, okay, I don't understand how I get cut from something I didn't even try out for. This is ridiculous. But, yep, bowling and handbells. So, okay, so let me tell you guys what's happening with me. So it's been a very exciting time.
Yes, we've heard the exciting news, but we got to hear it.
Yes.
They've got to hear it firsthand. By the way, we are very excited for you.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah, we
so for the listeners out there, you guys are hearing this. By the time you hear this, I will already be 1 week into my new job, my new internship. But
Woohoo.
I sent out a thing to everyone because I wanted to. Beasley posted a job posting, and I was like, sign me up. I could do it. Morning host, I could do it. And then I sent out the petition, which thank you to everybody who supported that. That was really cool to see like so many people kind of get behind me for that.
Yeah.
It was also kind of weird, and I posted a video about this on my personal Facebook about how there was people who literally were just like, no. Like, it was so bizarre. Like, they weren't like my closest friends, obviously, but friends of friends or acquaintances. Like, and I did hit the streets and ask random people, which I realize is like a very strange thing to do.
You asked random people to sign your petition?
Yeah. I went and explained myself. I introduced myself. And
She was canvassing for her own private
organization
organization of herself.
I was trying to promote myself
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
person. So
it's like, hey, I want to get my crazy morning show on the airwaves. Sign my petition.
No, it wasn't that way, Taylor. It wasn't weird.
It wasn't weird.
I just simply, like, I would approach people and just say, hey, do you have a couple minutes? And they would say, yeah. And then I felt like I sounded like a salesman. And then I would just kind of talk to them and explain what's going on. I did get some people that were like, no, that's really cool. We hope you get it. You know, we can support you. But there was a lot of people who were like, no, I don't know you. You're crazy. Go away. So that was fun. But I also had people within my realm tell me straight up, like, no. Like, one girl specifically told me, like, look, if you need a petition for a job, I think your resume should speak for itself. So, no. And I was like, okay. Like,
Damn.
Thank you. So it was just very disheartening and frustrating. And but the thing about it is that I was like, you know what, whatever. And then I was sharing with Taylor earlier. I reached out to someone who to me should be a really good supporter in the sense that in the radio world, and was basically told, like, no, you're not ready, you're not prepared. And so what I was telling him earlier is I was like, it sucks that, like, people can't just encourage people in their craft.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I'm saying I'm going to be the best that ever was.
No, yeah.
But how can you not encourage someone to just, like, go for it, try it?
You should always
know?
encourage someone to try.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Like, at least if you try and you fail, you try.
It doesn't matter if they're trying to come up with new concepts in theoretical physics. They should be able to do whatever they want.
Exactly.
This right here.
Yeah.
This podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
It may never go anywhere. But you know what? In 50 years down the line, when we're reflecting back on our lives, we could
did
be
it.
like, we said goodnight Branson. Every episode for
1,000
500
times.
1,000 times and never made it to Branson. Yeah.
Not a single person in Branson ever heard us.
So it was a little bit of a low before a very random high. So the internship that I have at, it's at KLAS, Channel 8.
Ooh.
I put in for that. So I'm hooked up to, like, all of the networks for, like, job postings when it comes to media. Anything that gets posted, I hear about. Because, hello, trying to get a real big kid job. So
What? We're not big enough for you?
so I got an alert about it, and I didn't even think twice about it, honestly. I was like, oh, I really don't want to intern for a news station, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. You got to just put yourself out there. So I applied for it, and then later on, right around this time the Beasley petition was going around, I happened to be on Facebook, and I saw their page, KLAS, and it's for a specific segment of KLAS. It's the Now Show, which is the 3 to 4 segment in the afternoon. So I saw their specific Facebook page, so I clicked on it out of curiosity, and that's when I noticed that 2 of the hosts are Mercedes and JC from Mix 94.1.
Oh.
And I about lost my freaking mind, because I was like, what? You're telling me that I could potentially rub shoulders with these humans in my life? Like, what? So then I got super excited, but at that point I hadn't heard from them or anything. And then it was like random day on a Monday, and I get a phone call, and my phone rings, and I'm like, hello? And she's like, hey, Vanessa. It says KLAS on there, by the way. She's like, hey, Vanessa, this is Selena from KLAS. Do you have a minute? And I'm like, I have all the minutes. Like, and so she's like,
Any minute you want.
I'm the executive producer. And I'm like, freaking out. And I'm like, what? My phone just rang from Channel 8. That's weird. So we talked, and then she basically, like, handed it to me over the phone, like, on the spot. I didn't have to go and do an interview or anything. She was like, we're looking for an intern. You look perfect. We'd like you to start as soon as possible. So that's where it became sticky, because as you guys know, I already worked 2 jobs. So I was like, well, my schedule's a little tight. But thankfully, I was able to talk to both of my bosses, and they're both really excited for me, and they're both willing to work with me. So
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll move some stuff around.
Hold on. You need to clear this with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It doesn't affect this. It's not on weekends.
Oh,
so.
it does affect this.
What?
What if you get a job out of this? What if you become a
get
big
famous and leave
star?
us?
Leave.
What are we supposed to do? Just podcast by ourselves?
I'll tell
Hello and welcome to the Taylor and Ian Sad Hour.
I'll tell them, you guys, we're a package deal, okay? You
Right.
can come along. But
Like,
I'm
if
really...
you're brave, you're gonna hire me. You're gonna hire my whole goddamn
my
podcast.
whole team, all my friends.
All my friends.
I'm really excited though because the job in itself, like I went down there last week and I signed my paperwork and everything. So it's really cool. So there's 4 interns all together. I'm the only one that's like a paid employee. So technically, I'm part of the company.
So you're a paid intern. Very nice.
So you're like the
that's
intern
a rare bird.
in charge of the other interns.
Yes. So I am in charge of the other interns. They're
Okay.
seasonal. They'll go in and out. And the cool thing about this job is I can have it as long as I want it.
That's cool.
So that's kind of cool because she was like, we can, you can build up a reel here and, you can go out on shoots. They can only pay you for a certain amount of time, which is fine and understandable. But I have access to the building literally as much as I want, which is awesome. So once my schedule lightens up a little bit, I'll be able to go out on shoots. Like she was telling me, she's like, oh, this weekend we're going to go do a shoot with Lady Antebellum and you could totally go. And I was like, that's baller. So once I have the availability, it'll be cool. But it's legit. I get like a freaking, I get a key card. I get like a part, like a code, get in the building.
Is it like one that you have to swipe or the one that you have to hold up to the thing and it goes beep?
I don't know. I find out on Monday. I'll let you
Okay.
know. I get like an official email and login. So I feel really cool. And then my main job, I get to run the prompter.
Oh,
I know. It's a very big deal, though. Because if you go too fast or too slow, you could screw up the whole thing.
Yeah,
And
so it's all on you.
yeah. And she's like, no pressure. I'm like, all the pressure. But she did say, she was like, once you get more comfortable, you can help us write. And I was like, if you want them to botch up people's names, because I mean, I'll try. But I'm excited. I'm excited to learn, and I'm excited to go in and kind of get my feet wet and do something I actually enjoy. So it's my first real step into journalism, and I'm
awesome.
Stoked.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're
And
very
good
happy
luck.
for you.
Thanks, guys. You get to hear all the updates, all the things.
Yep.
So, and hopefully I get to go on a shoot with Mercedes, and then we'll become best friends, and then she'll get me a job in radio, and then, that would just be wonderful. She just seems like a cool human. Like, I'm excited to potentially meet her at some point when I'm not on the prompter.
Just do the best you can.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
there is a
boy.
great quote. Conan O'Brien, I watched his Tonight Show when he had it for like 9 months.
Yeah.
And his last episode that he did, what his final words he said was to the audience. And he said something basically along the lines of, hold on, Conan O'Brien. I want to quote it exactly because it's a great quote. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Here it is. Okay. Well, just work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen.
Yes. I love that.
And that's the best. I think that is the best quote to live your life by.
So one of the funnier things, and you guys will know this, just getting to know me as a person, and everyone out here who knows me, she was walking me around the station, giving me a tour, and so as we'd run into someone, she'd introduce me. Like, oh, this is so-and-so, they do this, this, and that. So we run into this woman, Terry. And she's like, Terry, this is Vanessa. She's the new intern. She's like, Vanessa, this is Terry. She's the news director. And I go, oh, you're like the boss. And she just kind of looked at me. This lady's like mid-40s, and she's like, I'm sorry? And I was like in the books? You're the boss. And she started laughing at me. She was, did you just say in the books? And I was like, yeah. Like, this is so cool. You're like in front of me, and I've read all about your job, and this is awesome. So she's like giggling at me, and then she's like, okay, well, and she walks away, and she walks into a corner office, and I was like, oh my God, she has a real corner office. And so the executive producer's like, I freaking love your enthusiasm. It will fade.
You're going to be a great on-camera personality. I would not be surprised if you're starting here, but you will eventually get on camera.
Thank you.
Because you're very animated. I think one of the things that sucks about the podcast being only audio is the fact that they can't see you.
They can't
but you
see
are
me
a very
go.
animated person.
I know, I do talk my hands up quite a bit. But it was just funny because everywhere we went, she was like, why are you so excited? Like, we went to the kitchen, she's like, this is the fridge for employees. I was like, oh, an employee fridge! And she was like, why are you so excited? I'm like,
Just like Rich starts weeping.
and then she was like, oh, you're like, I know this sucks, but one of the things we need to make sure done is the dishes get washed. She's like, I don't want you to feel like this is one of those, get coffee. And I was like, I've literally been doing dishes for 6 years in my job. I am the best dishwasher you will ever meet. And I'm Mexican, so it makes it even better. And she's just so she's just really thrilled that I'm so odd. But that's back to your quote though. Like, I feel like there's this pressure already of like conform to
Yeah.
like how they are, and I'm like, no, I'm just weird. I'm just weird and a little too excited about stuff, and I'm going to continue to be weird and a little too excited about stuff, and see how far that gets me.
It'll probably get you pretty far.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
definitely.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and just speaking of encouragement when it comes to just people you may know, we've already touched on the fact that it's just like if you're listening to our podcast, you're like, man, should I do this? Should I do that? It's like, yeah, as long as it's not illegal or immoral, do it. But there is a great quote by Kevin Smith that I absolutely love, and it goes, "Remember, it costs nothing to encourage an artist, and the potential benefits are staggering. A pat in the back to an artist now could one day result in your favorite film, or the cartoon you love to get stoned watching, or the song that saves your life. Discourage an artist, and you get absolutely nothing in return, ever." So that's, you know what, V,
Yeah.
you shoot for those dang stars. Ian,
Thanks.
let's hear some good news from you here soon.
Okay.
No pressure.
I don't have. Well, it's not that I have bad news. It's just that I don't necessarily have good news. I live a plain life, and I like it that way.
Well, good. Yeah, and you know, if that's what you aspire for, then
Yeah.
what the heck matter?
Well, and professionally, I just aspire to work from home. That's my ultimate goal. Is that I can just make a living sitting in front of my computer.
And that's why we podcasted Twitch
Exactly.
and YouTube. And
I'm
Yes.
working everything I can into that direction, into that field, and we'll see how it goes.
well, I would hate for us to break apart because of our futures taking hold of us. But
Yes.
if we ever had to break apart because good things were happening, I would be happy with that.
Yeah, I would
So
understand.
may you both achieve your ultimate
The same
dreams.
to you both.
We'll see. We're like putting a little bit of the cart before the horse here. We gotta like nose in the door, you know? I don't say
You-
foot, I say nose.
You got your nose in the door.
Nose in the
It
door.
hurts. It's being pinched right now.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what matters. You've got your nose there.
Yeah,
Now to get your whole body in.
that's right. They don't know what's coming for them. They have no idea.
All right. Well,
Kicks
ladies
down
and
the
gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in for another fantastic
Oh,
week.
and happy President's Day.
Happy President's Day. Hope you're enjoying a nice day off.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Unlike us.
Unlike us. I will definitely be working today.
Yep.
Full jobs, full time,
Oh, yeah.
which sucks.
Yep.
But that's okay. So,
And yeah, tune in this week. We have a very special guest that we have near and dear to our hearts as students of the radio broadcasting program at
Yes.
CSN.
Yeah.
and we're playing a fun game this week.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have two special guests for the game.
Yeah. And I get to play Steve Harvey.
Not in blackface though. We're not doing that.
Whoa.
No.
We'll never
Whoa.
do that.
No. There's a lot of that in the news.
I would say that it might be tasteful to do the mustache.
The mustache would be a good benefit. We gotta
Just
shave your
the
head.
mustache.
We gotta shave your head and
do
give you the mustache.
Yeah.
Here, I'll use the note card.
Draw on a mustache. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, don't forget to subscribe. We're still doing our giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody's subscribing. We got one subscriber. I know, rude. So pass it along. Subscribe.
Well,
You
not
don't
rude to
even
that
know
one
what the
subscriber. Thanks,
you don't
that
even
guy.
know what the good giveaway is. What if we're giving away like now? I have a job at KLAS. I have access to things. I have
access to
tickets.
things.
I have tickets for things.
We're
like
not promising anything.
we're
Yeah,
not
no,
promising,
No
but
promises and no endorsements, but
but you never know what could happen. So subscribe, guys.
All right.
Hello. Okay, bye.
Have a good one, guys. Oh, and good night, friends.